the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Okay, a tear for and then pay a year James Quayson and our friend Nsem-Pii in Shimua, only Nsem-Pii Atanasina after washer the story as ya Panino Eddie Nsem-Pii atuja about a year the cofa winning by and then I hope him or quarter when ya a hotel Panino in a home cry engine a home watching Nsem-Pii Muhafa dintia want to me. I'm forbidden a yenny Canadian citizenship we know. Abusian for or the same about to just say a bra or yen audience or obey sound and a COVID every boom, and my and your delay, and I even do know or catch Canada for say I feel we need or more citizenship again. Not was some questions being busan I didn't know I also on pay on and some questions be not I was so valid Ghanaian passport and son with him there is I don't know, but I don't know so no it taking over 6 months and son had neighbor then time no COVID no boom into manioma a delay abusian for you would that question up bob on some so just will be in some free from A to Z me pesi ebeko nya kuti in sema or the two be.
But I own the citizenship and I declare in a form that I no longer want to own that. In fact, they even require you to supply the reasons why you want to renounce. And also require you to have a valid passport of a country that you're going to be a citizen of.
So you don't become a stranded person?
You cannot be stateless.
Okay.
That means then you can't move.
Yeah.
So I had to get my valid Ghanaian passport, which I've already had one. Well, let's go back briefly. Even before that renunciation, I've always had dual citizenship certificate.
Okay.
Of both Ghana and Canada.
And you already had a Ghanaian passport?
And I already had a Ghanaian passport.
Okay.
A valid one.
No, so when you put in this application, how frequently were you checking if they would give you the certificate, or you knew that it would be between 6 and 9 months? So
no, it's absolutely 6 to 9 months. Okay. It doesn't go beyond that.
So when did it come?
It came in November.
So that's beyond the 9 months?
Way beyond the 9 months.
And did they give you any explanation?
Even before that, I was constantly checking. After it exceeded the 9 months, which was August, I started July actually. I started chasing with my lawyers in Canada to find out why the delay. Apparently, because of the COVID at the time, all administrative institutions were shut, and I'm sure it was global. It wasn't just Canada. So it was until they resumed work that they started working on all these applications.
So your certificate came in November?
November.
And it was dated November?
It was dated November.
Okay. By which time you had already gone for the Electoral Commission's vetting, or you had not?
No, the nomination you mean?
Yes, the nomination.
Yeah. I had filed the nomination in October.
October. So a month before then.
A month before.
Did the Electoral Commission guys ask you either a written form or through an oral interview about your citizenship and the certificate that you ought to produce? Do you remember?
I recall that on the application itself, the nomination form, where there's a question of if you are a Ghanaian, a citizen of this country. And of course I check yes. In my mind too, there's no section indicating otherwise. So it's either you are or you're not. And I know I am. By birth, by my renunciation, because I acquired the citizenship of another country. So obviously, and I've done the renunciation application already. You see, even according to my lawyer in Canada, when I was putting pressure on her sometime in July, August, she says, James, you don't have to worry about it, because once you submitted the application, you pay the fee, the receipt is there. It's enough proof by a court of law to show that you have taken the process to do it. They ask you the reasons why you want to renounce. I even got a letter from my constituency chairperson to let the administrative process there know that it's because of X, Y, Z reasons that I'm running for an office, and that requires me to renounce it. All that is part of my application to renunciation.
So in the paper you ticked that you were a Ghanaian. Was there any vetting by the Electoral Commission where you had to meet a panel to talk about this?
Yeah, we went to the, I think you go through they review the paper with you.
The nomination papers.
The nomination papers at your district, local district office, EC office. And that's what we went through. And then after that.
That issue came up?
No.
They didn't ask you
They didn't
about
ask anything about it.
So they cleared you to run?
They cleared me to run.
But at this time, you still knew that there could be a problem?
No.
You didn't, you were not...
I didn't foresee that to be.
You didn't have any doubts about what was happening?
No.
You were certain?
I was certain.
No one...
Because I attached a copy of the application itself.
To the Electoral Commission
Yes,
papers?
it was always part of my... I attached a copy to show that I have renounced the status.
And during the campaign, no one raised that issue, not the NPP, not the NDC, that, hey, this guy is a dual citizen, we should be careful.
Yeah, what happened was, I think it was about 2 weeks to the time, December 7th. Sometime November 20th or thereabout, or 21st, I got a notification from the EC local office that they wanted to see me. So I proceeded to go to see the director there. And she said she had a letter for me from the EC headquarters. So in the letter it stated that some concerned youth as group in Asen North are challenging my validity to run because they suspect or they know that I have a dual citizenship. So I said, fine. So I called a signatory to the letter. It was one Dr. Serbo.
Serbo Kwaku.
Kwaku. Never met him before. So I said, I have this letter and I'm required to see you. He says, when can you come to Accra? I think the time we're having this conversation was about the 25th of November. The letter had deadline of 28 to see him. So the 25th, this was on my campaign trail, working my way out through the communities. And I called and he said, okay, then let's meet the 27th.
So you came to Accra 27th?
My brother, one of my brothers was visiting from Canada. We both, he was with me, supporting me through the campaign. Gabriel, so the 27th, we planned that we're coming to Accra in the morning to see him. 26th, I was coming from my campaign again, and in my email on my phone, I saw a copy of the certificate that my lawyer had sent, that he just received it that day. So I didn't even print it. I just carried my phone with me, of course. And during the conversation, he said, oh, so what documents do you have for me? I have your file here. So I showed him. I said, I just received an email.
This was Serbo.
Serbo himself. I said, there's an email here showing that I have received a certificate. In his own word, he didn't attach any seriousness. He said, well, I've seen the application of renunciation on your file, but you can go down and make a copy for me and go to my, he directed me actually, I didn't know my way around there, directed me to a commission of oath to authenticate the copy. And we came back up and gave it to him. We had our own social conversation. Some I may not want to share, but...
Yeah, don't worry, unless this was a biscuit and a tea drinking.
So he said, good luck with your campaign. If we need you, we'll let you know. But I don't think we will need you.
This was Serbo Kwaku said.
This is his own words.
And you left?
My brother and I left.
This is Face to Face on City TV. We are telling the James Gyakye Quayson story through the horse's own mouth, except that it's not a horse. He's telling us his story for the first time, opening up about the details into the elections. When we come back, January 6, 2021, what happened? Was that the beginning of